So, unfortunately, on February 21st, 1965, it was the assassination of Malcolm X.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you when that happened, and how did you find out that Brother Malcolm had just been assassinated?
When that happened, I was in the Audubon Ballroom.
You were. You were actually there.
I was inside the ballroom. On that day, February 21st, 1965, I always went, we used to go up to, the other Audubon Ballroom. It was up near Columbia University, above, right, not too far from from some of the entrances to Columbia University. And it was a place that, that, you could put chairs up. It was empty because they used many different things, so they didn't have no, it didn't have any like, set chairs. Now, up on the wall, it had places where you could sit down and had a little table there. You could sit there on the wall, but the main area of the ballroom was complete. You had to put chairs out there every day. When we had our meetings there, we had to go up there early and put the chairs out for maybe 150, 200 people. And that was one of the things that I helped to do. I would always go to whenever we were having a rally. I was really within walking distance of it, a short bus ride. So I would get up there kind of early and help, set the chairs, because you couldn't put them up the day before. You had to put them up before your rally, and so I got up there that day, and uh, another thing that Brother Elk had me doing, things that were going on, not in our organization, but other organizations having different activities. He would have me come up when he was speaking up there, and I would read off the NAACP is doing this, Martin Luther King organization doing that kind of thing. So I had that already ready to do too for that day. So I got there and we got all the chairs set up, and when Brother Malcolm came in that day, I was sitting. The area where the ballroom was huge, but when you come in to your left, there was a small office. A little bit further down, men and women's bathroom, and then a small lobby area. You know, I mean, when I mean small, consider how huge the ballroom was. So I was sitting when Brother Malcolm came in. I was sitting in the ballroom area. I'm sorry, I was sitting in that area that I just explained to you. He said, Brother Peter, when you get a chance, come backstage. I want to talk to you. When he came in, and he went on. So I kept doing what I was doing up there, and getting things set up, getting ready, making sure that I had the right things. I told people who belonged to organizations, they had to give me the information about what their organization was doing, so that for me to read from the thing that day. So after Brother Malcolm came in, maybe about 10 minutes or so after he came in, I went. He had asked me. I told you he had asked me to come backstage. He said, "Come backstage when you get a chance." So I went backstage, and I thought it was something he wanted me to do. But and this was unbelievable. I think the day before or 2 days before, it was something that we had gone to. And I had asked Brother Malcolm. Brother Malcolm was. I had asked Brother Malcolm to participate, and he had said he was going to be able to do so, but he didn't show up. You know, and so I said, okay, and to my, I didn't. So he came back. He said, "I called you back because I want to apologize for not making it to you all yesterday, and something had come up unexpectedly with the family, and that's why he had not shown up." I said, "Oh man, okay, I understand, and and then he said that he said you got the stuff you got to be. I said I got about 4 or 5 activities going on that I'll be reading about, and But I said I got some more people coming in that I want to see to get more. You know, I got a couple of other people doing things. So I want to be sitting out there in that little area where when they come in, so I can get the information and bring it backstage. So I left from backstage. Now, I could have been backstage where you were. I left from back there and went back up down this long ballroom, and I was sitting there facing the entrance area. You know, they had like these short steps, and I heard the shot. I heard Brother Malcom say As-Salaam-Alaikum, and then I heard the shots. And there were 3 or 4 other people out there with me. People were running, you know, we hear people screaming and chairs being knocked over, and they were running, running out of the Audubon, where down those steps where we were sitting. So we ran too, and we ran into the bathroom because we didn't know whether people, the people were running because they were still shooting at them and running out, So we went into the bathroom, and after everything stopped, we came out. And then I came in, I ran down, I jumped up on stage. And what's her name? He had Brother Malcom in her arms. And he was gasping. Brother, I saw his shirt, those bullet holes that go in it, you see where his shirt opened up. And I saw a few of the bullet holes, in his body, and he was gasping. He couldn't speak. I didn't try to say, I just looked down at him. I didn't say anything to him. And so finally they said, someone that they had called for an ambulance, and the ambulance had not come. They said, go and tell those people to hurry up. They got to get the ambulance over here, So I said, okay, I'll do that. So I went back out and went up, and I told the brothers, we got to they need the ambulance to come. So they went across the street to Columbia University Hospital, which was, right across the street from where we were. And they just took a stretcher and rolled it across the street, rolled it in and put him on it, and then took him back. So I saw them when they took him out. That was my last time I saw it. But that was the day, man. That was the day.
What did his death do? How did it affect you personally? With him being a friend and mentor to you?
It was completely shattering. It happened 3 days before my birthday. My birthday was the 24th of February. This happened February 21st. And I finally came home. Somebody drove me home. And it wasn't until I got home that I cried. I had avoided crying all while all this was going on. Because a lot of people were just screaming and crying, and it was really, really, really. I think back over how really bad it was. People were screaming and crying, and I was trying to maintain, not trying to maintain my cool, but I was trying to see whatever I could help out and do. So I couldn't be, and that would not work if you're crying. So I was telling people, you got to be cool. You got to, do this. Please don't make so much noise. All that kind of thing. Get in little groups and walk together as you go home. I was giving out that kind of direction to people. Trying to console some people, who were just crying. But when I got home, about maybe 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours later, I cried, man. I cried in my apartment for days. But I really literally did not come out of my apartment, even on my birthday. I just stayed in my apartment, and friends brought me food. I didn't talk to nobody. I just stayed there, and so that was my. But then, I remember what Mahmoud Boutiba had taught us. He was a brother who taught us about how you react to things. And he taught us, he said, you gotta swallow hard and keep going, because other people are, are watching people like those people who they knew were very involved with Brother Malcolm. So they're seeing what you do. So you cannot just go completely bananas on them. You gotta, when you see them, you gotta be able to talk to them. So Chief had taught us that. So I was able to do that.